It's your boy Crypto Millie back with another one. I have been on vacation for the last week and some change, right? And I haven't had a desire to really put out any consistent content. I do have my laptop here, not in the lab or the studio to kind of like make you guys some edited videos or anything like that. But I've just been chilling, really disconnecting from the cryptocurrency space and pretty much everything, right? Just to enjoy that little time that you have, with family and things of that sort. So I will try to ramp back up the content, but I just haven't been at the studio, guys. I do appreciate, but I know yesterday was a huge day. I usually live stream the FOMC meeting, and now we're seeing the aftermath of the FOMC meeting. We are seeing cryptocurrency and specifically our altcoins starting to bounce and have a little bit of relief, and that's a good thing, right? Because with this relief, we're starting to finally get more answers that can give us an idea of where this market could potentially go. Now, we talked about the last few days the AI model and some of the things that they were telling us that could potentially happen. But as I stated in the video, you never know where we might get a bone. They might throw us a bone. And I think that we got a bone yesterday, and we're going to talk about it, guys. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and keep your favorite crypto and door-to-door entrepreneur inside the algorithms. And sometimes, yes, it's healthy for mental health to touch grass. Good thing that I'm coming to see this green. This feels good, right? Towel, man. Looked at my towel bags like, whoa, the ecosystem is really thriving, similar to what we're seeing from virtuals. We got Jasmy here at a little bit above a penny and a half, looking to close in on 2 cents, right? And a few more other good cryptocurrencies like ETH starting to perform, right? And Bitcoin looking like it wants to touch 6 figures once again at 100K, right? We talked about how powerful this buy signal was here. So we talked about how powerful the buy signal was. You can kind of see here, actually, let me show you guys from my cleaned up chart here. This is the total cryptocurrency market cap, and now we're starting to get a candle above a key moving average, right? Key moving average, which is the 21-day EMA, right? Looking for a confirmation candle there. We did get that buy signal, and we got massive volume coming in, a lot more volume than when you see what we seen last week. So this is what I was saying in the videos. Like this week, the last couple weeks, we were saying how the last couple weeks was really going to tell us where crypto was preparing to go. And now we're starting to see that volume come here on the total 3. Looks like it's starting a new trend. We got the confirmation candle above the trend line. And now the next step would be to get above the 21-day EMA for the total 3, which will be extremely bullish for our altcoins, right? Let's see. I haven't been checking any of the stocks. Like I said, guys, I've been disconnected from the market here. Stocks not as strong as crypto, right? You're seeing this relief, this rally from crypto, but we're just not seeing it from the stock market, right? And this is why my models have been a little bit cautious on this market, right? On this market, because it's like, we're trying to rebound. We're trying to have that relief. The volume just isn't there yet. Crypto itself seems to be decoupling from the stock market, and this is like uncharted territory. This is like when we got the all-time high before the Bitcoin halving. Crypto seems to now have a mind of its own, right? And this is a part of the maturity of the space. So love to see it. Right, I haven't checked how the DXY has responded to the FOMC meeting. We'll get into that. Back at 100, right? Got the stock RSI cross a little bit, 3 wick candles, right? So it seems like 100 wants to be the support, but we need this thing to continue to go down, right? Continue to go down. Now, we had an FOMC meeting yesterday. This is a recap of the market impact analysis, right? The GDP, according to Q4, was 2.3. Q1 of this year was 0.3 in the negative. The unemployment is still at 4.1%, and the inflation is also decreasing as well. So the bullish factors here were that rates were unchanged. Normally, that's bearish, right? But now people are starting to warm up to the idea that within the next couple of months we could get a Fed cut. It was supposed to be in June. It looks like now they're trying to price it in for July, which is crazy. But the Fed kept the rates at 4.2, basically paused, aligned with the market expectations, with no hawkish surprises, right? Even though we did get the negative reading in Q1, there was a solid GDP reading in Q4. We're starting to get tariff de-escalation. In fact, 10 o'clock today, Trump is supposed to be dropping some breaking news on a deal with another country. Powell noted trade negotiations could materially change the economic outlook, reducing uncertainty. So he's still looking at the tariffs. He's still looking at the data. Um, the bearish factors would be the tariffs, of course, can cause stagflation risk. No immediate rate cuts. Now they're delaying another rate cut to possibly July. So this is actually bearish, right? Because first we're supposed to get our rate cut in June. Now they're saying July. Now they're saying they're still planning on doing 2 to 3, but the market is trying to figure out how. We're running out of time, so how are we gonna get? Well, are we gonna get if we don't get okay? So if we don't get a rate cut in June, are we gonna get 3 rate cuts in a row, like July, September, October, and then maybe stop in December? Who knows? But the thing was we were supposed to get 2 or 3 this year, and each month we keep pausing, and Powell keeps blaming the strength of the economy and the fact that the uncertainty of the tariffs. So there you have it. Rising inflation expectations. He also dropped a bomb. He said tariffs could increase inflation, which could keep the policy tight. Dual mandate trade-off. Powell described a complicated and challenging scenario where the Fed may need to prioritize one mandate over another. And then on the news, they were talking about, Bitcoin, right? The government buying Bitcoin. And I know Cynthia said something about that. We talked about President Trump's major trade deal that's supposed to happen at 10 a.m. And now we got our second state to pass the strategic bill reserve into law, right? Which was crazy because we seen the state that we thought for sure Florida was going to pass it kind of shelved the law, shelved the the bill. So now we got Arizona, right? The second state, right? I forgot what the first state is. We got Arizona now, the second state. So you're slowly seeing these states, right, sign these strategic Bitcoin reserves, right? There you have it. There you have it. The profits. By channeling profits from the state's unclaimed property program in Bitcoin, Arizona establishes a forward-thinking and budget-neutral way to future-proof its treasury. All right, so that's 2 out of, that's 2 states out of 50. Now we just need 48 more. But you can start to see the domino effect, right? And I mean, the Bitcoin dominance and the ETFs have really, really shown you, what's to come from Bitcoin from an institutional standpoint, right? So all of this is bullish. All of this is bullish. But this is a great picture explaining what I was explaining to you guys probably like a couple live streams ago when I was like, every cycle we get this 300-day correction. We had it in 2014, 300 days in post-halving. We corrected, and we had the next leg up, the last leg up. 2018, 300 days in, we had this post-halving correction here. And then we had our next leg up, right? 2022, 300 days in, we had our post-halving correction. And then we had the double top, the next leg up. And now we're here again, 2025, right? Is this the 300-day post-halving correction? I challenge everybody, let me know what's going on in your mind with the cryptocurrency. Starting to get some of that volume back, guys. The sentiment has not changed, though. I will say this, the interest outside of us crypto people, it just isn't there yet. It just isn't there. But at some point, the price is going to catch up to the demand, right? The price will catch up to the demand, or the price will catch up to the lack of sentiment, right? People always say price catch up to demand. Price also catches up to lack of sentiment. At some point, people get tired of holding on, boss. But for now, let's enjoy these green candles here and continue. And it's gonna be interesting to see if the model is right, right? The model says we should get a correction in June, man. What do y'all think? Are we gonna get this correction in June? Anywho, I'm enjoying the green. I will continue to enjoy this little bit of relief and rally, right? Which again, my model said it was going to be for the next 2 to 4 weeks. We could rally, and then a correction will come into June. Come in June. So that still stands. We'll just have to see if it's right or if it's wrong, right? But for now, the rally continues. This is your boy Crypto Millie, just giving you some crypto news in the morning. I'll see you guys in the next one.